back to the Getting Dirty Off-Road channel. This is the work rig that I've been driving around. You can tell she needs something. I think that exhaust on it is finally just giving it all up. So, need to get that fixed. She's smoking. I don't know if you can really see. Maybe. Maybe not. I've been dumping some old bad gas in it, you know, chewing it up. More than what I took out of the demo cars. I had a bunch of garbage around here. Trying to get it ate up, and now she needs a tune-up. Alrighty. Tune-up. Engaged. Now some of that smoke may be the diesel gasoline mixture that I'm slowly fading away. I'm done with the cola dark coffee roast mixture of mud and such. I mean, she's a stinking, but I'm done with that crap. So now we're just down to the diesel gasoline mixture. I've already changed the fuel filter once. It's probably a mistake dumping all my crap in here, but you know, got to get rid of it somehow. So I think we'll get some stuff moved around and probably maybe even take this into the shop. Then I can get this wheel up and have a little concrete to slide under it with. Alrighty, so that tune-up we gave her the other day, it worked for about, I don't know, one round trip to work and back. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that again, but with several different things to do to this pickup truck right now, I think maybe that exhaust leak should be number one. Now, I don't know if I've told you or not. Oh yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. This is what I've been cruising back and forth to work since I got the old stepchild sitting right over there tore apart. But then I went and dumped some bad gas in it and she got angry. And well, if I don't do something, I'm going to be walking. Alrighty, first thing I want to do for this operation is jack up this corner, get a little bit of belly space under that frame rail. You know, these things, they're belly scrapers anyway, but I want to get her up a little bit. Maybe that'll work. Alrighty. Slip a block under this tire. Well, maybe. Okay, there we go. You know, safety first. Yeah, good enough. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and let this jack down. Then I can get the handle off from under the door. Get these doors closed. It is cold. Alrighty, so we need to get that exhaust donut out. So I'm thinking, and I've already hit those studs once, but you know, it never fails. They always break. I'm trying to prevent that, so I'm going to give it a little blast of the PB style. I think there's another better product, but you know, I haven't made it over to the supply to get one. So next best thing, maybe the best, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, I'm getting the top of the studs here. So man, this one's just about gone too. Alrighty, now maybe we should slide up underneath it now. Boy, you can tell she's been blown out for a little while, and I've been dumping some very bad junk in the fuel system. It's pretty black up there. Yeah, we'll fix it. Once again, taking a PB shower, and somebody's gonna have to clean the floor. Yeah, don't be scared to use it, even if it is almost gone. What do we got? Looks like we got one more. Uh-oh, this one might be done. Yep. Well, just went down my arm. That's okay. I think we've got enough juice on there. I don't have to break out the other can. Alrighty. It's been soaking a couple of days and we just sprayed it up again, so no sense waiting any longer. Let's see if we can break something. Well, it may have come loose. That is weird. Looks like it's bringing the whole stud out, but we can work with that. Now, if it didn't have a shoulder on the other side, I would go ahead and change it out, but to fuss around in that tight space, trying to get this nut off from the stud, oh, maybe the nut is coming off. Anyways, to try to do them up in that space, just to change them, because kind of sucks, so we're not gonna do that. I'll use my new studs on the other truck. But anywho, there's one. Okay, are we gonna get lucky twice? I doubt it. Ooh, maybe. Well, those little spring things that go under the nuts they're pretty well collapsed. Maybe to the end of the stud where it just can't get it any tighter. Might have to pay attention to that. Okay, looks like the stud stayed in that one now too. Okay, now where did the little springy thingy go? Got the nut right there. Come on now. Is this a game of hide and seek? Oh, rolled up underneath of me on my wheelie board. Alright, so I'm kinda can see that stud there pretty good, and that one now too. I would say that's exactly what's happened, is those springs collapsed, which should be holding that flange up there to keep the pipe tight. The nuts got to the bottom of the threads on those studs, and it's not keeping it tight up there for whatever reason. All that happened, you know. It worked for a little while, but may have to create a better spacer situation to keep that flange up in there tight. Either way, let's see if we can get lucky the third time. There's no way. It's turning. Something. I can't even believe it. I've never had a 90s GM where I can just take these out. Now that one, the whole stud did come out, but I've always broke them. No matter what I do, I've always broke them. But either who, there's that. The pipe's got plenty of flexing. I probably have a problem on the other side too, but from what I can tell, now I had a shop do this, put this Y pipe, the manifolds, the new donuts, all that, and that's been a few years, and it worked for quite a while. But over time, whatever's gone on, that we've created a space and a flex. That donut that's supposed to go up into that manifold is completely gone, so it's no wonder. It's absolutely no wonder that we have been blowing exhaust all over the oil filter. Okay, stop talking, just fix it. Alright, I'm gonna think on this stud a little bit. Maybe I will try to take it apart. Maybe I will try to take those two out. Maybe I'll just get a better spacer system going on. You know, these things, they're supposed to be spread out a bit, have a little spring to them, which allows your pipe to flex a little bit but keep tight up in there and sealed and whatnot. We're bottomed out on those threads on the studs, created a leak there, and eventually a total donut loss. I must have got hungry one day and ate that sucker. Alrighty, just for giggles, I am gonna try to take those studs out. Mostly just because it would be nice to have new ones in there. Now that's not the right size, and neither's that one. Okay, so first I'm gonna try to take this stud apart and get it out of there, since I'm already laying here, and you know. Now, I tried to find my vice grips, but they must have went out for a walk, and like old Kenny Chesney, they just ain't back yet. So let's see if my channies will do it. Got to get on that shoulder so I don't damage the thread, just in case this won't work. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna. Not like this, anyways. Oh, maybe. Alright, so that will work. Okay, success. Surprising, but success. Okay, I've done a socket swap. Let's try that operation again. Apparently these are metric and the new ones are standard. Who knew? Alrighty, hopefully this will work out. If not, I guess we're not doing it. Nope, probably not. Nope, I don't think so. Dang it. Maybe this one, I don't know. Nope. Nope. How's about this one? Nope. I don't know what to do now. I guess maybe we just leave those two in there, eh? Yeah, probably should. Okay. So, if we're gonna do that, okay, so we've got some anti-seize here that's, I don't know, 3 decades old maybe. It's been around the block. Just one touch and you'll get it everywhere, so that should be enough. So we'll get this new one in there at least. Jeez, didn't mean to shove you guys out of the way. Sorry. Just the wrong setup here. What's going on? Back to what we were, maybe. Okay, so that's up in there. Alright, let's get this donut up there. So it's a donut, you know. That's what they call it. And that's because of the way it is. Looks like a donut. Anyways, this steel shoulder sleeve looking thing on the backside goes up in the manifold. This conical shape goes down into the pipe, and that's how it seals. So let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, maybe I should have left that stud out to do it, eh? Nah, it'll work just fine. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of room here. Just let me know if I get too pushy. Okay, got it. I had it up into the manifold there. Now, some of them will kind of push in there and stay, but this one doesn't want to. So, what we'll do is use the pipe to get it to stay. Okay. And then we'll just check it as we tighten down against it. Make sure that it centers up in there. So now we'll slide our flange piece back up to our studs here. And then we'll grab some hardware. I'm still trying to think of how I'm going to take up some space on this one side. But anyhow, okay, you guys can come back over a little bit. Now, like I said, we're going to use that new stud where the one came out. So this, give me some light now. Butterfingers. So this right here is a new spring, and that's the old spring. So there's quite a bit of difference there. The spring is supposed to hold up against it, but that's how she is. So we'll stick this new one on the new stud, and then we'll figure something out on the others. So we'll get this up there, and the new nut. Ugh, maybe. Okay, give me a little room again. So maybe I will just stack a flat washer up on top of the spring. Maybe that'll help take up a little bit of room there. Okay, so I'm gonna start out just gonna try to stack a flat washer on top of this spring here, and I'll have to pay a little bit of attention to the threads on that stud, but I'm gonna see if this takes up that space. And it might, but won't really know till I give her the beans. As I tighten it up, I'll just have to pay attention to how loose it is. Plus I'll have to try to keep that donut in place. Okay, so just a quick little catchy up here. Got all three of those done up. Got them tight, stacked some washers on the old ones, got the new one done, so that should be sealed. Now right there is where the fuel filter is supposed to be, but it needed a tune-up, so I've got that pulled out. You can see I got a little rubber hose just hooked up here, and right down to a jar of what could only be described as urine. From the bottom view, yeah, this jar was clean when I used the fuel pump in the tank to give me a couple little shots out of there, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. But yeah, silly me, I decided, hey, let's suck that gas out of them old tanks and run them through this one, and well, it ain't good. It just ain't good. Now, you can see that spot right there. That's where I had my fuel filter laying, and I gave her a little tap on the floor. So let's come over here. Nice, clean, white towel. It's kind of hard to see inside it. You can see a little bit inside that side. It's dirty. I don't really see evidence of it coming through the filter. Well, since my mud dried up, it didn't work like I was hoping, but you can see a little bit on there. But yeah, it dried out, so I'm not getting the same effect as I did over on the floor. But it's bad. It weighs, I mean, she might be, I don't know, good 5-pounder. Shouldn't have done that. But anyhow, what I'm doing at the moment is charger on the battery because it's sat in the shop for too long. You know, I just can't do anything in a timely fashion. But anyways, I started thinking, let's take the fuel line off from the throttle body and hit it with a little air backwards and make sure that line's cleared up. So I've already got the lid off from there because I thought I'd be sneaky and just get in there. Nope, ain't gonna happen. So let's get this out of there. That's probably overdue for a service. Okay, and then to take this base of the air cleaner off, I've got a little bit of hose connector thingy. Well, it's just find somewhere to be. Oh, yeah, maybe you can see that. Anywho, I got this hose connector, which is just a breather for the crankcase. Looks like we got it off from this side. That's just kind of a homemade jobby there, but you know, it works. So then that can be lifted up, it looks like. Okay, just so we can get it all the way out of our way, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off over here as well. Should be easier than it is. But, you know, in this garage, everything's gotta fight you. Anyways, that's out of the way. Okay. Now we can see it. Okay, I got a little charge in the battery. Dinner's probably done. So we're taking a break from the throttle body side, and I'll show you why I'm doing it this way. I've got that hose connected to the line coming from the fuel pump, and then I've just been reaching in and hit the key, which they all have a little bit of a prime cycle that they do, and I'm shooting that out into this jar just to clear that line. Maybe, probably not. That's about all you get of a shot when you first kick your key on. That's why I always wait for the door buzzer or the ignition buzzer or whatever to stop before I hit the starter. Get a little bit of prime on your line and then it should fire right up. Of course, this truck never does, but you know, it should. Alrighty, let's get this fuel supply line off. Which is going to be the larger of the two. It's a little bit tight in there. I'll probably have to take this return line off too so that I can get them both to push back out of there. So we'll go ahead and do that then. Gonna need a backup. There we go. Oh. It's still pretty tight on account of that bracket that holds it to the bell housing bolt, but we got them out now though, so we're good. Alrighty, so we're gonna take this piece of gas hose off from the tank side of the supply line, get it switched over to the engine side of that line. Maybe it's a little tight. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's off. And now we're gonna slip it onto this engine side so that we can hit this line with an air hose and try to capture what's coming out of it, maybe. At least direct the spray in one certain direction. Kind of like that. Alrighty, I'm gonna hit it with some air. You guys watch and see what comes out. Well, looks like nothing, so I'd say our fuel filter is doing its job. And now we'll shoot a little down this return line just for giggles. I can hear it burble in the tank, so must be clear. Oh yeah, now it's shooting up here with a vengeance from the air pressures. That's nice. I think I'll probably just let it run all over the engine. Might as well. Oh, there it's hitting the floor now. Super. Well, since we blew through those and proved them to be clear, let's go ahead and get them back together, I suppose. They're gonna be a pain. There we go. We just had to get them pulled back up here a little bit. All right. Should be good. There's the return side. And another one. Okay, there's the supply line tightened up. So now we'll go back up underneath it. Yeah, okay. Take this little piece of hose out of here. Ugh. Youch. And since we're done with that, we don't need it anymore. Or the skin that was on my knuckle. Dang it. Alrighty, now what we got here is probably the cheapest fuel filter that you can find. But if the tank's still got some junk in it, might as well go cheap and get it out of there. Alrighty, so got the tank side connected now, tightened up. Now let's get this other side. Well, I don't know what all that noise was. Snow off the roof, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, try to get this thing tightened up now. But these wheels on this creeper are kind of annoying, aren't they? Okay. Looks like we got that tight enough. Well, since I'm down here, I need to try to get that fuel line back in that little bracket thing there that holds it solid so it's not rubbing on the bottom of the cab there. I don't need a hole in it. Yeah, that's not easy. Maybe I can channel lock them in there without messing the line up. Oh my goodness. Not even sure how I got this popped out of there, to be honest with you, but it's been bugging me ever since. Oh no. What can I do here? You guys need to probably move over there a little bit. I don't know. You probably don't even care. Nobody cares. Oh yeah. That's what it needed. You guys just had to step aside for a second. All right, cool. So yeah, had to get it back into that plastic deal there, and it's pretty tight fit, but so we'll just use my channel locks on there. Luckily didn't mess up my line, but got that back in. This filter in, you know, that there's 5/8, that there's like a 20 millimeter, you know. Anyways, there's that reattached, and now we're not rubbing on the floor anymore, so perfect. Couple other little dinky things while we're underneath of here again. These two plugs right here, that's one activates your HOODIS that locks in your front end for your four-wheel drive, and the other one tells your information that it is. Well, they used to have slide in spots like right there. They would hold them onto this little devil fork looking thing. Well, those are broke, so now they hang down, and I actually caught one of these a couple years ago, and well, as you can see, still haven't taken care of the hanging down. So let's do that with every mechanic's favorite get them fixed piece of equipment. Not that I'm a mechanic. I don't even know what those guys do. They're a lot smarter than me, though. So there's one of them up in there. Now, should I leave the tail, or should I have the decency to cut it off? Well, we probably better cut it off, I guess. There's that one. And there's the other one. So now they're back up where they should be. And, well, they were. Okay, yeah, it's back again. But then I'll quit dragging them, I guess. You know, it doesn't help when you're out in the sagebrush. There, that's better. Better. Okay. Well, I think we're done underneath it here. Well, at least for now. So, let's get the jack back under there so we can get that block out of there and shed it back down. Oh, that ought to be up enough, don't you think? Get on out of there. Going down. Alrighty, let's put this guy back in here. Get it back on its turbulence section of this air from the cold side of the fender intake portion. Whatever, it's back on. It's back on there now. Okay? Okay. Good. Okay, so there was nothing hooked to this housing on this side anywhere. Just make sure it sits there good. We got our little cheesy gasket underneath it's just fine, so looks like it's gonna sit back into place properly. It's there, connected, good. And then there's this breather tube over here that's custom made, so we'll fit that back in there just like that, and that's good to go. Well, we might as well put this filter back up in there now, I guess. We're ready. Yep. And now the lid. Okay. That's just about it right there, I think. Don't forget the knot. The wing-a-dingy knot. Need to get that on there. There. Now it's done. Okay, so now we're just down to this one last problem. Headlight switch. Second one that it's done it to me, but I can't remember if the first one was this truck or that one right over there. Either way, second time for me. They get a little hot inside. Pretty soon they melt out, and then they don't make connection. So driving down the highway, lights, headlights flashing on and off. Of course, I was at work, and then they just would not come on. And, you know, well, I kind of went on like that for a while. And then they finally, no more lights. You're just not. So what I did, little tip for you if you're 90s GM, decides you ain't getting headlights, but you got to get somewhere. I was at work, but I was able to find this little piece of wire. So I took my bezel off, unplugged my switch here, and well, you know, I thought it's pretty obvious. Red should be power. So I just went inside of my plug onto my red. And then I thought, well, I don't know what the headlights are, but let's start with the yellow one right beside it. And bam, headlights. So I was able to get my headlights on like that, but then of course I didn't have any taillights. So I just grabbed my switch here and I just plugged it back in. Just like that. Now I kind of forced my wires in there. I guess maybe I had them laid in a little better then. But anyways, you get them just alongside of your tabs there and get you plugged in. Now even if you flip the switch off, your headlights are still on, but then your switch puts your tail lights on for you. I was able to get home like that. So just a little tip if you need it, but we're going to go ahead and change the switch. I think the last time I went out, it might have been this truck actually. I think we were across the state somewhere and happened to be a scrap yard there that we went in, and I grabbed a couple of these for some odd reason, you know, because I'm a pack rat primarily. But we'll grab one of those and get it to working again properly. So just lift the tab on this little roller wheel here for the dash light dimmer situations. Get that unplugged, and I probably should just go ahead and throw this away, so, well, you know, I'm not trying to use it again. But let's get this fixed now. Okay, I found one here. I'm pretty positive I had more than one, but that requires making a stronger attempt to look for it. So let's see if this one will work. So got that plugged back in. Well, I don't hear any noise like the switch is on. Let's see. Well, I got a headlights. I got a tail lights. So you know what? That buzzer must be in this roller knob side. Well, I got to plug it back in order to have dash lights. But this one's going to get me by till it doesn't. Looks better than the other one, even though it's dirty, but it's not melted yet. So we might get another 2,000 miles. Well, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't think it was me, but this plug was cut off from whatever truck it came out of. So I need to get that thing off from there. Which isn't that big a deal. Just get it off from there, you know. Come on. Come on. Why does everything have to fight me? Gee whiz. Come on, little guy. You can do it. There you go. Alrighty, now that is out of the way. And garbage. Let's throw it away right now. Now that we threw that other don't need it around here piece away, got this one plugged in right there. Oh, there's the buzzer. Yep. Okay, so that's back together. Alrighty, this switch, whatever it came off from, 3 of the screws that hold it to the actual bezel piece, they were broke off from that piece, so we need to see if we can get those out of there. then we can attach it to ours. So that one wasn't too bad. I was able to, oops, dropped it, able to hang on to it. And another one. Dropped that one on purpose. Not the screw, just the broken plastic. Sweep it out the door later. And this will be the last one right there. So that wasn't too difficult to get all those broken pieces off, so we're in business. Alrighty. Let's grab our bezel piece here. I ain't even gonna clean it. Just stick it back together. Work truck, not show. Now, actually it's over here like this is easier. So we'll set it on there like that, shut it back off. Now, mine got a couple of them that are, you know, they're pretty touchy. You don't want to get too crazy on these little plastic tabs. They'll pop right off from there. So I've got to be real easy so that we can actually keep it on there. But set it in there like that, and we'll get to putting the screws in there. And you just put the screws in there. That's pretty much it. They're tiny though, so hopefully you don't drop them like that. And like I said, basically just until they touch, because those little plastic pieces are real fragile. It's kind of a little awkward, but just try to be more patient than I am and you'll be okay. There's another one. Just needs a little patience. That one's kind of a pain, but it can be done. I believe it can. Ooh, that one's about to break through too. I got at least one of them holding good, I think. Got one more, but it's not good. Maybe I'll get this one to screw in there. We'll see. Tightened up a little bit, kinda, but not really. So anyways, that's all of them for that. Getting that back in there. Alrighty, so that's all attached now. We've got this plug right here, which goes into this switch, which is the cab light on the back. Which I'll just plug that back in. Oh, let me wrap this up this direction to help us out now. Plug back in there. Now, gotta move the wheel a little bit. And then just ease it, which the wires are gonna fight us a little bit. Maybe, okay, fine. Let's move the shifter. Okay, so we got that moved down now. Now what's the problem, huh? Come on now. Come on now. Wires are just real tight, stiff, and catching on the heater vent portion of the thing. Ooh, easy now, easy. Yeah, they're just cold and irritated. But that's back into location well enough to get the screws back in it. Good job. Good job. Okay, so now I need to find the magical Torx tip for that. Got one too big, one too small. Need to go right in between. Well, this is about a junky old setup, but you know what? It works, so that's what we'll do. You gotta be careful on the corners of these things too, because like this one, they like to break. Alrighty, let's see if it'll start and how it sounds. Not that time. I should probably look at that as well. Yep, one of these days. You know, I may actually have a little bit of a leak on that other exhaust manifold. I only did this one, but I didn't really see it, but I took a little look over there and it almost looked like maybe it was leaking too, but otherwise she's running rough because she's got a little bit of that dieseled up gasoline from the old stroker over there, you know, so she smokes a little diesel, runs a little rough because of the diesel. I'll get it cleared out of there next year sometime probably. Sounds better. Oh man, woo! Just gave her some of the old rip'ems and smoked the shop out. That's all right. So, put my ear on it, and yeah, the other side's leaking a little bit. So, I think what I might do, first of all, I gotta move some things out there so that I can get out there. Then, gonna have to clean off the new workbench so that I can, you know, take it out. But I think maybe, probably not, but I'll at least slide under there and have a look-see. But I may go ahead and try to change that other side. I do have another donut, so I'll see. But if she gets into that I want to brake mode, it's not happening. Not today anyways. You guys already watched this side, you're sick of it, so I'm not gonna take you along for that, but I'll have a look there. You know I'm gonna dump some more of the old crappy gas in there. It's at least clean now. I don't have dirt in that barrel, I don't think. But yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. Probably another can of tune-up. And we're gonna shoot her down the highway and just get it run out. Probably another filter or two in the next week or two. Who knows? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But it's leaving the shop today and going back into service, and we're just gonna force it through. Appreciate you guys hanging out this time. I know I never get anything done straight away. The stepchild's still sitting right there, for crying out loud. It's been in a 5-month hibernation. This one here's been in 2 months, so it's time. It's nice outside, so I'm gonna take full advantage of this last day off before I start making the loop for the 6 days on. So need to get it out of here. You guys need to quit bugging me. I gotta go. If you could, you know, click those things. All you need is an email. It's free to sign up. Please subscribe to us. Keeps me off the couch, as you know. Even when it's cold, I'll come out here and do some things because, well, I got plenty to do. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Support, if you could, likes, comments, you know, whatever you feel like. I'll see you next time.